Good day, folks. Welcome back to Ed's Garage. Today we are testing out the car video box from Linkifun. That's this little guy right here. And this is going to allow us to use wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, but there's some other really cool features to this as well. Check this out. Let's hook it up and try it out. All right, so first and foremost, it does say to cancel pairing between mobile phone and original vehicle screen Bluetooth. So if you have your phone set up on your car's Bluetooth connection, you need to disconnect that because it's going to connect to this going forward. All right, after peeling off that label, we have a nice little unit here. It only has a USB-C port and a card slot. I believe that's a micro SD card slot. It is indeed a card slot, so basically that will take a TF card or micro SD card, and it just kind of pushes in there, and then you push it to eject it. I'm having trouble doing that with one hand, but there we go. So that'll just take a little, like one of those little SanDisk cards, essentially. Yeah, there we go. And other companies make those as well, of course, but yeah, it's one that I happen to have. So we're going to need to plug this into the vehicle's USB port that connects directly to the screen. So some cars have multiple USB ports, as does this one, but we're going to connect up to that and see what it comes up as. Now, these do come with both the necessary style cables. This particular one is USB-C to USB-A, but it did also come with a USB-C to USB-C if you have that style of connection. But I'm going to go ahead and plug this in here, and we'll tie this up and put it somewhere nicely later on. But for now, we're just going to fire it up. We've got a nice red light coming up there on the screen. Now, the way that these work is they use your vehicle's built-in Apple CarPlay connection. So essentially what it's going to do is it's going to say reading USB, it's going to say Apple CarPlay, and then it's going to start loading. It's all going to happen very, very quickly the first time you plug it in. But you can see it's running Android. So essentially this is kind of like its own cellular device. It runs its own Android on the screen here. Now, right now it looks like crap because it doesn't have the correct resolution. So it's actually figured that out and it's rebooting so that it comes up with the correct resolution for the aspect ratio of this screen. This is kind of a super wide screen here. So we'll see how it looks once it reloads. Okay, it's rebooting. Now, right off the bat, we should notice a difference. There we go. So the Android logo actually looks normal now. And it's just loading up here. There we go. So it actually comes up pretty quick. Now you can immediately see we've got Netflix capability, YouTube capability, and Apple Auto, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And then we got a few icons on the right-hand side here. I like the easy access to the exit button to take us back to the car's screen. We're going to go back into here, though, and see what else we have, though. So we got a home button on the bottom left, and it looks like a menu button. Okay, we got access to wireless hotspot. Not sure what this is here, but let's go back to the home screen. All right, so some pretty basic interface on this one. Time looks incorrect, so we'll have to go to settings. So first thing I'm going to do is connect this up to our Wi-Fi connection here, and that'll allow us to do a bit more with this device. All right, so it's going to find networks and hit connect or enter. So it's picking up a reasonable amount of signal here to the house. Now, obviously, you can share your wireless hotspot on your cell phone to get a nice, strong connection. I'm sitting here in my garage, so I'm just trying to connect to the house Wi-Fi. And it says connected, can't provide internet, but that actually is probably not the case. All right, so it wasn't quite picking up a good enough signal from my house. So if you're going to be using this with Wi-Fi from your house and then just kind of driving off and then using no internet, I would recommend one of the GT series products. This particular one that just doesn't have a very strong wireless signal. So set up a hotspot from your cell phone, which is what I've done here. So I'm now connecting to my phone, and now it should work perfectly fine. It's just, it's not quite able to pick up the Wi-Fi from the house. One thing I'll point out, I like the keyboard layout on this. It actually gives you the numbers along the top. You don't have to go to numbers first, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and hook it up to the phone. There we go. Boom, connected. So that was very quick. So it does seem to have relatively quick wireless. It just, the antenna is probably quite small. So let's go into YouTube here. Now, what's cool about this is we're going to be able to use this at any time. So, you know, it's not going to care if we're driving or not, which is potentially unsafe. So obviously do not use this while driving for obvious reason. But yeah, let's go to Ed's Garage here and see how the performance is. Okay, it's picking it up. So guys, if you know, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe this video. Subscribe to the channel. I'd be very happy if you did so. And don't forget that there is also other channels within my my sort of YouTube community here. I've got Ed's Garage and Ed's Garage DIY Automotive Repairs and Maintenance. I've also got some at-home projects and some outdoor stuff as well. But yeah, check those out. But let's go to videos here and have a quick look, see what this does. If I choose one of my most recent videos. That sounds like an ad. Yep, that's an ad. Skip the ad. Okay. So that's playing okay. Now, I wonder if we can go full screen with this somehow. Yes, there we go. Right on. Okay, so this actually plays, this actually works pretty easily, actually. There, you know, it's quick. Looks like the sound is in sync. I have options up in the corner there for quality. Oops. Let's go max quality and see how it looks. All right, so that's reasonable. So where this actually becomes handy, you can see actually the quality is great. If I zoom right in, now it's at 1080p and it's playing just fine. So where this becomes handy is if I'm stuck at a ferry, waiting for the ferry, or maybe a train track, and I've got a long train. I live in Canada, so sometimes the trains take like 10 minutes to pass by. Then, you know what, I can quickly open up YouTube and watch a YouTube video. It's pretty cool. Obviously, we also have access to things like Netflix and other applications. So let's try that. Let's back out of here and see how that works. Now, the one thing I will say I like about this one is it very, very quickly puts up a bar along the left side here that I can use to go back to the home screen. Some of the Android AI boxes out there don't actually have a permanent home button, so this is kind of nice that they've done that. We also have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, so that's really nice. I can access the files on the device here pretty quick and simple. So if you have, for instance, on the SD card slot, if you have an SD card in there with a bunch of movies on or whatever, you know, you can play movies. This is great for anybody who has an EV that wants to watch movies while charging, for instance. So you can see we have our main storage, and then if we were to put an SD card in, it would add a secondary storage location. So pretty cool. So yeah, this is essentially an Android tablet now on the screen here. One thing you don't see is built-in navigation. So I'm not sure if there's any way to add that, but that's not really what this box is for. Essentially, you know, when you're using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you have navigation anyway. So I'm going to try to add an app here and see if that works, but I suspect that it probably doesn't. I think this particular design is just, you know, to make things as simple as possible. They don't really give you a lot of customization on it, but that's okay. Sometimes people don't want that. They just want simplicity, and that's what this device is all about. All right, so as you can see, I now have Android Auto running also through this little box. So because it's wireless, basically I just connected my phone up to the box. It's just called the Smart Box, so it's really easy to find in your Bluetooth devices. Once you've done that, then you can connect to Android Auto wirelessly. So pretty cool. So from here now, I can actually exit this screen and go back to the Android device, the car video box, and from here I can then play, you know, whatever videos I want through YouTube, Netflix, or even built-in video files, using its own built-in video player, which is kind of cool. So this is local videos on either the device itself or the SD card that you put in there. So pretty neat. Now, when you first connect, basically it'll come up with a little device or a little thing saying Android box. You just need to find that device in your Bluetooth settings, and then once you've connected, you'll see you can just use wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Pretty awesome. And so that's the basic car video box from Linkifun.com. So don't forget to check the description below for links to that box, and check out their other products as well. I personally prefer the GT series that they have. The GT7 is what I'm using now, and it gives you a little bit more capability. Basically, you can use it for anything that you can use on Android, you can use with that GT box. This is really just for video and for wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto. So it just adds that additional functionality for video playback outside of your phone. It's pretty cool. If you're just looking for a wireless adapter, they do make that as well. As a matter of fact, the next video that I'm going to do is on their wired to wireless adapter, this 2-in-1 device that is Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So stay tuned for the next video coming up. And thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions. Take care.